ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा ॐ गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओं नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विशजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यैरिमे गुरुविपूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ गुण्डुकमहर्षे गौडपादाचार्यवर्य आद्य शङ्कर सद्गुरुवे अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अथर्ववेदान्तरतमाण्डुक्योपनिषत् शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षवीर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुवागं सहतनोभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो वरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ अलातशान्त्याख्यचतुर्थप्रकरणम्. Somebody record it. Skype, please press the record button. చేస్తున్నారా ఎవరన్నా? Jyotiji is not there. Yeah, do it. God's grace, Guru's Krupa, that slowly, steadily, is most of difficult Mandukya Upanishad, one by one sloka steps we are trying to climb. And we are giving time, taking time patiently, only just to feel at least little of the depth of what is indicated. This is how only we can do it. More time, more intensity, if you can apply, that always helps. Now, what is the subject under discussion is about? How and why this Paramatma is not experienced by all. एवं उच्यमानमपि परमार्थतत्त्वं कस्मात् लौकिकैः न गृह्यते इति उच्यते. How many times gurus teach, we also listen, we also study, we even try for contemplation and meditation, yet why it doesn't come to our experience easily? That question is answered in its 82 mantra. It has two versions to say. We explained them yesterday. We'll chant the mantra and explain it without bhashya, because bhashya we saw yesterday. We'll enter into 83, 84. Sukhamaavriyate nityam dukham vivriyate sada yasya kasya cha dharmasya grahena bhagavan aso. Aso bhagavan. This self is what is happening? Avriyate and vivriyate. It is covered and fully covered. Two meanings are given. First, sukham avriyate, dukkham vivriyate. Whom are the sukham, dukkham are doing avarana to? Bhagavan, means the self in me. So the self in me is covered by the sukha and dukkha. One meaning. Sukha dukkha coming from where, sir? Ki yasya kasyasya dharmasya grahena. Because of the grahana by our chitta of some or the other object. Dharma means object, any object. The object of the senses or shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. The object of the body is nidra. The object of the mind is some or the other emotion. The object of the intellect is some concept. So whether intellectual concept ho, the mind's object ho, or the objects of the senses ho, or this dehaka object ho, whatever, that is called dharma here. Yasya kasyasya dharmasya grahena. Nityam means what? From the time we are born till we die, from the morning till night we sleep, from the time we get up. Nityam means always our mind is not even once free from the grahana of yasya kasya cha dharma. Therefore, yasya kasya dharmena, dharmasya grahena. It can't be free. It is not free. That's how it is trained. And that dharma, that object, whatever is held by this chitta, is definitely either giving sukha or giving dukkha. And we identifying with that sukha dukkha are not becoming aware about the self which is beyond or behind. That is covered. The covering of the self is to such an extent that there is something called the self beyond, behind all this. Even that information also is not there. Idea also is not there. This is one meaning. Second, even if we have that information of it, still we are busy in our sukha dukkha with the vishayas, therefore that is hidden. Third, even on the seat of meditation, whenever the meditation is happening good, we say I am happy. Whenever it has not happened well, we say dukhi. Even meditation को भी हम सुख दुख में रूप में देखते हैं, वो भी ढकता. That also is a cause of hiding the Paramatma. This is the one complete meaning. Okay, Sukha Dukkha, these two are the reasons in which Nityam our chitta is involved, born out of its attachment with some or other object, therefore the self is hidden. How much ever it is taught, how much you may try, yasya kasya dharmasya grahena sukha dukkha kamma, they do the avarana and vivarana. Avriyate covers, vivriyate is covers doubly. Second meaning is what? Sukham avriyate means, oh, you are asking why the self is not revealed easily. Because it is so easy for the self to be covered. Sukham avriyate. Earlier meaning is, Sukha is the anubhuti of the Indriya Manabuddhi. We are indulging in that. That is covering the Ananda Swarupa Atma. That is the first meaning. To the same sentence, what is the second meaning? Sukham avriyate Bhagavan means very easily, effortlessly, the Paramatma is covered. And what is the meaning of and how that very easiness and effortlessness? Yasya kasya cha dharmasya grahena. Here dharma means dvaita. Means what? Without giving any value, importance, attachment, involvement, indulgence. Without all that, just to have a concept of the dvaita, that is enough for the Advaita Atma to get covered. सुखम आवृत है कुछ करने की भी जरूरत नहीं इतना मात्र बस यू एक्सेप्ट द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द्वैत इनफ द अद्वैत आत्मा इज गॉन इतना bashful and shyful that atma little you conceive about dvaita he says मेरे लिए काम नहीं है अब मैं ढक जाऊंगी. That's the meaning of sukham avriyate. So easy. Mean just by the sankalpa or kalpana of dvaita, if the advaita atma is getting covered, इस संकल्प के ऊपर विकल्प करके उसको रियलिटी देकर and to involve in that, indulge in that, how many ways we are daily involving, then why will not be covered? That's the meaning. Second meaning, sukham avriyate nityam, then dukkham vivriyate yasya kasya cha dharmasya grahena asau bhagavan. This self, Bhagavan means the Paramatma. The self is hidden because of Sukha Dukkha, one meaning. Second is easily it is. And what is Dukkham Vivriyate there? And Atma Swarupa is Ananda. Ananda Swarupa Atma you could not catch because you are having some or the other concept of Dvaita. When there is no Ananda, then what is there opposite of that? Dukkham. So Dukkha is touching us. Dukkham Vivriyate. So here he says, ki, aham. यस्मात् यस्य कस्यचित् द्वयवस्तुनः धर्मस्य ग्रहेण ग्रहण आवेशेन मिथ्या अभिनिविष्टतया सुखम् आव्रियते अनायासेन आच्छाद्यते इति अर्थः. द्वय उपलब्धि निमित्तं हि तत्र आवरणं न यत्नान्तरम् अपेक्षते. Just believe in the presence of Dvaita, that is enough. There's no other effort or other thing required to cover the self. Just to believe Dvaita present hai, to Atma dak jayega. That sukham, that is the easiness there. दुःखं च विव्रियते प्रकटीक्रियते परमार्थ ज्ञानस्य दुर्लभत्वात्. And why the dukkha comes on? What is the meaning of dukkha vivriyate? Hmm. The paramartha jnanam being little difficult and tough, even those who are trying for it, because they don't get it, they get dukkha, they get caught up in that. So in this way, dukkham vivriyate sada. Now Bhagavan asau. Who is Bhagavan? Atma. Advayaha. Devaha iti arthaha. जिस वन विदाउट सेकंड अद्वय स्वरूप द्योतनवान परमात्मा के बारे में बता रहे हैं कि सुखमाव्रियते दुखम विव्रियते. सुखमाव्रियते easily gets covered because it's unrevealed, then the dukkha comes and one is caught up in sukha dukkha. Then comes yasya kasya cha dharmasya, बोल दिया. Now he says ataha, that is why Vedantaihi, Upanishads, Acharyaihi, by many Acharyas who explain to us the Upanishads, cha bahushaha uchyamanaha api. Acharyas on the basis of Upanishads Vedanta, 100 times even they teach us about the Atma Tattva. Na eva jnatum shakya iti arthaha. Neither it is intellectually fully comprehended, understood, nor you experience on the seat of meditation. This is said in Upanishad also. Ascharyo vakta kushalosya labda iti shrutehe. Because the one who can teach this is very rare to find. And his abilities, all of them matter so much. But it cannot be taught. Ascharya vakta is it's a sort of, what to say, laughing at the speakers or the truth. Because the truth is such an experience, it cannot be spoken. Then how a guru dressed person, you are having the dareness and courage to talk on that which cannot be spoken? ये तो आश्चर्य है. So a laughing also is there in that, and also an आश्चर्य means wonderment. How do you think you can speak? ये तो आश्चर्य की बात है. वक्ता मिलना ही आश्चर्य. But that is there in the Srishti. This Ascharya is always there. Though it's a wonder, that wonder is always there. That self which cannot be spoken about, the gurus speak about it. And that self which cannot be listened or understood about, the disciples listen and understand. फिर एक्सपीरियंस भी हो जाता है. वो भी चल रहा है फिर. ये भी अद्भुत भगवान की कृपा रूपी शक्ति. It is also Maya, but Kripa Maya, not Bandhana Karaka Maya. That guru speaks about the truth which cannot be spoken, and we listen which can't be listened, and we try to understand which can't be, and we experience which is not an experience, because it is not an experience like the triputi of experiencer, experienced, experiencing. It is one mass homogeneous. वहाँ तीन है ही नहीं है. But it is said अनुभव में आता है, अनुभव पा सकते हैं, अनुभव पाना चाहिए तभी मुक्ति होगा. This is what everybody speaks. So that's all the completeness of explanation of this shloka by the Bhashyakara. Sukham avriyate nityam, dukkham vivriyate sada, yasya kasya cha dharmasya grahena, Bhagavan asau. So in that only again the sadhana is mentioned. क्या है कि यस्य कस्य च धर्मस्य ग्रहण में start dropping the holding of all the dharma. That is what sarva dharman parityajya. So this shloka is based on sarva dharman parityajya, the चरम श्लोक ऑफ गीता. बिकॉज यहाँ भी उपनिषद का चरम स्थिति आ रहा है ना. therefore karika kara consciously taking the help of that. What is the meaning of dharma by Bhagavan is not the varnashrama dharma etc. When you come to the Upanishad sthai level, meaning of dharma is any dvaita vastu. Dvaitam itself is dharma. Sarva dharman parityajya means sarva dvaita rupa dharman parityajya. Mam ekam means advaita atmanam sharanam vraja is seek it, discover it, and discover it to be yourself. Then that aham, that self experience. Tva means jiva. Sarva papebhyaha, from all his ignorances, moksheshami frees. When the ignorance is gone, vasanas are gone, jiva is not there. That is how the example of the karpura. Karpura is an individuality, and it has a vasana, every karpura. Then it is lit with the knowledge called as fire. अब देखते देखते क्या होता है, when the karpura is lit, by the time you finish the arati, the solidified expression which is caused by the vasanas, karpura, gets slowly liquefied or burnt. Is it not? Finally, what happened? Vasanas are not there, as well as the solidification of the karpura ness is not there. What is there? While lighting it, the Lord's form which we have seen, that is there in our heart. And this Lord is not of the form, but the formless Paramatma, if that arati is inside. And the outer arati is indication for the inner arati. So in the light of knowledge, I am seeing Paramatma. For that, what was the obstacle was this Karpura, my ego individuality, which is in that solidification form because Vasana, I am burning it. Then जैसा बर्न करते रहते हैं उसी रोशनी में in the knowledge of burning this thing you start seeing Lord. At the final point of it, Karpura is not there. What is the meaning of it? I who was visualizing the Lord have become one with him. What is that Karpura? Ahankara. What are there in that? What is making that Karpura? The Vasanas only. That is what is burnt in the light of knowledge. That's what it is shown. So that is the meaning of Sarva Dharman Parityajya in Gita. Here also, Yasya Kasya Dharmasya Grahena Aso Bhagwan Sukham Avriyate Dukkham Vivriyate. It is so much that how many number of Pandits or teachers or Acharyas keep on speaking on the basis of Upanishad. So, this is the Ogaya A Bayasi. Now, for the 83rd mantra, Bhagavan gives an avatarika. Listen. Ki asti na asti iti adi सूक्ष्म विषयाः अपि पंडितानां ग्रहाः भगवतः परमात्मनः आवरणाः एव किमुत मूढजनानां बुद्धिलक्षणाः इति एवम् अर्थं प्रदर्शयन् आह. It's a very sublime thought. It's a very high level, very high level it is. But थोड़ा हम सुनने का कोशिश. He says, अस्ति नास्ति इत्यादि सूक्ष्म विषयाः अपि पंडितानां ग्रहाः. See, the great pandits of Shastras, they have a lot of panditya. And they have so deeply inquired about Paramatma. In their inquiry, some said it is Asti, some said Nasti, with some valid convictions, with some valid examples. Now, this Grahana means understanding of those Pandits after a lot of study of Shastra, in which they define Paramatma as Asti and Nasti. That Pandita's greatest achievement of understanding of Paramatma itself is a coloring or covering to the Paramatma Tattva. So पंडितों का पांडित्य ही पंडितों को ही परमात्मा से ढक रहे, परमात्मा को पंडितों को मिल नहीं रहे. अस्ति नास्ति करके those who have spent entire life to discuss on Lord, to them these their deep inquiries only have become the coverings to cover the Paramatma. If that is the case, that Maha Jnani Pandit only are getting covered, what about we ordinary people? Who are we ordinary people? Kim uta moodha jananam? Those deluded people like you and me, buddhi lakshana. The बुद्धि के अंतःकरण के जो लक्षण है वो क्यों नहीं ढकेंगे परमात्मा को? It's a continuation of his question. Earlier question में जो था, even after saying so many times why Paramatma is not experienced, one general explanation is Sukham avriyate, Dukkham vivriyate, Asya kasya dharmasya grahena. Now a deeper thing he is saying. The deep contemplating sages who have come up to the level of Asti or Nasti, that their own concept of Asti and Nasti is covering Atma. If covering the Atma is covered by those great saints' conclusions also itself, what to talk about ordinary Mudha we all? What is Mudha in us? Buddhi Lakshanaha Mudaha. Buddhi Lakshanaha Dharmaha. Muda deluded we people who use our intellect and make concepts, who use our mind and make all desires and sankalpa. These also will cover Paramatma definitely. पंडितों के अस्थि नास्ति रूपी कंक्लूजन ही परमात्मा के अनुभव से उनको वंचित करे, तो हम मूर्खों के जो मानसिक कामनाएं बौद्धिक कंसेप्ट्स है, why will they not cover परमात्मा? They will definitely cover. That is what is said in the next sloka. This is the avatarika for the sloka 83. So asti nasti ityadi sukshma vishayaः अपि पंडितानां ग्रहाः भगवतः परमात्मनः आवरणाः एव. Even they are the ones which are avarana for Paramatma. They cover Paramatma. Such Pandits are conceptually they are busy, but they can't experience Paramatma. if पंडितों की ये हाल है तो किमुत मूढ़जनानां बुद्धिलक्षणाः ग्रहाः धर्माः इति एवम् अर्थं प्रदर्शयन्. To prove this meaning, this shloka is said. What is the shloka? The tongue twister. Asti nasti asti nasti iti nasti nasti iti va punah chalastiro bhaya bhavairavrunnotyeva balishah. अस्ति नास्ति इति नास्ति नास्ति इति वा पुनः चलस्थिरो भयाभावैः आवृणोति एव बालिशः. So in these are the four concepts of highly evolved contemplators on the truth. For those also, these four are the concepts, not reality. These concepts only are covering the self from them. And they think they have understood. In fact, from the absolute truth standpoint, they are also Balishaha, Bachcha log. So what are the four? These are the four conclusions about Paramatma. They are all called Vaisheshikas are there. Then Bauddhas are there. Kshanikavadins are there. Then Bauddha Asatvadins are there. Then Jainas are there. These are the four people. Vaisheshika, Nyaya, they go together. So Nyaya Vaisheshika, then two categories of Buddhism, of Kshanikavadin and Shunyavadin, as well as the Jaina, who accept this and that both. Four of them are put here. There are these four Vada. They talk about Paramatma like this. But all these talks are their intellectual concepts only. That's what Karikakara says. These concepts which are arrived by these great Pandits, their concepts themselves are hiding Paramatma. तो इसमें इतने वो सरकाजम भी प्ले कर रहे हैं कार्यकाकारा पार्ट भी हमको पढ़ा रहे बोथ आर वन टू इन वन. One thing, what is he doing by quoting this shloka? He is refuting their conclusions of Paramatma as Asti Nasti, Asti Nasti, Nasti Nasti. And to us, he is saying, don't get caught up in those concepts. Use the Upanishadic sentences, through them delve deep in contemplation and experience the self, which cannot be put in all these four words. मतलब वो लोग ये जो चारों पदों में लटक रहे हैं, they are caught up in this, but they have not experienced. And those who experience the self, they know the self is not caught up or not explainable in all these four words. What are the four words? Asti. Second, Nasti. Third one is what? Asti Nasti. Fourth one is Nasti Nasti. These are the four categories of people. Some say Asti, some say Nasti, some say Asti Nasti, some say Nasti Nasti. These are the four categories. Nyaya Vaisheshika say Asti. Kshanikavadin say Nasti of Bauddhas. Jainas say Asti Nasti. Then in the Bauddhas only the Shunyavadin say Nasti Nasti. And each one is saying for four reasons. Chala, Sthira, Ubhaya, Abhava. चल भाव से अस्थि वाले, स्थिर भाव से नास्ति वाले, और उभय भाव से अस्थि नास्ति वाले, अभाव से नास्ति नास्ति वाले अपने बातों को साबित करने का कोशिश कर. But Karikakara says the experience of self is so solid, real, yet it cannot be talked in all these four words. So they are talkers, not the experienced people. And they have reached to a great height, but that itself is covering them from the self experience. Chalastiro bhaya bhavai avrunoti yesha balishaha. So these four concepts are bachcha logon ka childish hi hai. They are the ones when you hold on to, their self is covered. See, self is covered by we the Muda Janas, whose mind is caught up in the buddhi lakshanas of desires, concepts, etc. Then it is same self again covered by Sukham avriyate, Dukkham vivriyate. Then it is covered even to the Asti Nasti, Nasti Nasti, Nasti Asti of the highest cadre also. Self is even beyond all. Therefore, all these, our cravings, our experiences, our concepts, we have to cross. Cravings are of the exact, at the lowest level of samsari. Experiences are just general people who experience Sukha Dukkha. Concepts are the great these Siddhantis. When you go beyond the cravings, experiences, and concepts, then the self is revealed. Keep it in mind. When we really pursue self, उस समय ये सब हमको मदद करते, help करते. And according to the Karikakara, all these four words, asti, nasti, asti nasti, nasti nasti. To these four definitions, the self doesn't fit. It is even beyond that. That experience is reached only through Upanishad Vedyam. That is important again. Only through Upanishad Veda Mahavakyas it is experienced. Now, what it is in the Bhashya, let us see. Asti Atma iti Vadi Kaschit Pratipadyate. It's called as Vaisheshika. Self is there, he says. Asti iti. He says it is there. Not Astitva Rupena, but Asti says it is there. And for those people, Atma also is one Padartha like other 24 Padarthas. उस तरह से है बोलते हैं वो लोग. अस्थि है. Because I always say no. तो I say मैं हूँ. What Vedanta says मैं हूँ is pure existence. What these Vaisheshika says, I can, I am feeling it. The I is a Padartha they say. Like there is a tree, there is a mountain, there is a river. सब है कि नहीं? या मैं भी हूँ. तो मैं भी एक पदार्थ के रूप में हूँ. That is the अस्थि भाव, चल भाव. That I at every experience it goes with that. That's what they say. मैं नामक एक पदार्थ एक एक वस्तु के साथ जाते हुए मैं उसका अनुभव करता हूँ. In Vedanta, there is no padartha, there is no corresponding knower here of padartha. What is there is in Paramartha only, Paramatma. In whom this grahana grahaka are not there. Grahya grahaka not there. That is Vedanta, which was already explained. But this fellow is asti bhav. Asti bhav समझ में आ गया? Like any of the padartha, it is there. The Vaisheshikas they say Atma is a padartha. But we don't agree because padartha is subject to the time and modification, it dies. Therefore, we don't say it's a padartha. It's not an object. Okay. Asti Atma iti vadi. Kaschit pratipadyate. They say it is other than body, etc. But they call it as a padartha. Second one, na asti iti aparaha vainashikaha. It is not there. That is what the Kshanikavadi says. What is Kshanikavadi saying is कि whenever the anubhavas are there or vastus are there, that time the Atma for a kshana appears in the buddhi, then it is not there later on. So he says kshana kshana hai lekin really nahi hai. Therefore he is the Nastikavadi. Totally nahi hai, he doesn't deny. But he says asti but not permanently. Kshana kshana hai. That is what a stage he is. Like I see the chair. So the seer of I am born. That kshana. When I see the table, now the seer of the chair cannot be the seer of table. No, this is a different fellow. The set is totally altogether different. Therefore, another seer called as I is born with respect to table. What happened to the seer of the chair earlier वाला? वो मर गया. तो एक क्षण के लिए था वो. Now I am seeing a fan. Then the seer of fan for one kshana, as long as I see the fan, I am born. At that time, the seer of chair and table is dead. So that way, actually नहीं है, लेकिन जब का तब क्षण क्षण पैदा होता है. That they say. They are called kshanikavadi. And it is appealing if you contemplate. The earlier वाला अस्तित्ववाद भी हाँ मैं हूं ना एक वस्तु की कुर्सी की तरह मैं भी महसूस कर रहा हूं तो लगता है थोड़ा आप उनका सुनोगे तो हाँ एक पदार्थ है. So too in this क्षणिकवाद बौद्ध that yeah जब उसका अनुभव हो रहा है तो मैं हूं इसका अनुभव मैं हूं तो मैं तब का जब पैदा हो रहा हूं मर रहा हूं पैदा हो रहा हूं मर रहा हूं. So they are all very grossly with regard to the dual jagat dvaita jagat they are defining. Vedanta transcends all that. Vedanta takes all three avasthas into account And it talks about the pure, eternally pervading consciousness. These people could not lift their attention to that, even though they were taught, because they was appearing very tough and difficult. And to reach that, they have to sacrifice all these. They are not ready to sacrifice. इसलिए वो वहां तक पहुंच नहीं पाए. They are called पश्यन् अपि च न पश्यति मूढ़ः. Like we are also. We know what is Nyaya, Dharma, but still we don't do. So this is Pashyan Apicha Napashyati Muda in our level. In their level also, they are shown something substantial beyond. Yet they say, no, we don't want that, we are happy with this. Like Vishishta Advaiti, Dvaiti. They know Advaita, but they don't want to accept. We know Dvaita, but we accept. But we don't accept it at the cost of Advaita. The difference between Advaitin and other two are this. The other two, they accept theirs, deny Advaita. Advaita accepts both of them, but puts Advaita as ultimate. That's why Advaita is all inclusive. But वो लोग डरते हैं. How can Bhagwan, who I am doing puja, can be my own self? Hey, अपराध अपराध पाप पाप पाप. ये तो अपने गाल पे मार लेते हो लोग. वेदांति अद्वैत वाला कहता है भाई ये इवन गॉड आल्सो उपाधि एक्सप्रेशन बियॉन्ड द उपाधि सच्चिदानंद. I am also Upadhi. Beyond my Upadhi, I am Sachidananda. There cannot be two Sachidananda. Therefore, it's one. ये उनको समझ में आता है लेकिन स्वीकृत नहीं होता. फिर भी we don't agree. We want the God to be there, something higher, greater than us. He is a Shashaka, we are Shasita, and we have to surrender a devotee. He should be blessing us. इसमें हमको सब कुछ हो रहा है, मजा आ रहा है. हमें कोई इसी में मुक्ति है दे से. We ask, he is giving. It's a liberation. What's the problem? He is even taking us to Vaikuntha and showing all the exhibition there. हमको और क्या चाहिए? हमें उनसे एक होने की जरूरत नहीं है. That's how they feel. That's called Salokya Samipya Adi Mukti. But Vedanti will not stop there. He says actually even that God, उनका भी क्या है फाइनल हम ढूंढेंगे. Then that God cannot be without Sachidananda, no? So he'll have to have Sachidananda is substratum also. तो मेरे अंदर भी वही सच्चिदानंद है, तो मैं वो एक. Vedanti enjoys devotion without compromising with the oneness of Atmanubhava. The Dvaitins suffer the fear of the God along with missing the Atmanubhava. They miss Atmanubhava also and they suffer the fear of Dvaita. Because always you have to do, see how much ek din upasana chut gaya. So they get so afraid. They get feel so bad. And they cry and they add it as a coloring. ये उनका भगवान के प्रति ऐसी भक्ति है, एक दिन भी उपासना छूट गया तो रोते हैं. They do all the coloring painting, but otherwise it's only fear. एक दिन पूजा नहीं किया. वेदांत में पूजा की जरूरत ही नहीं है. I am that already. इसे डरता नहीं है वेदांति. तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि नेदम यदम उपासते. And that Brahma will not come to ask, because I am that Brahma, why didn't you do my puja? And a God comes to ask, hey, तुमने मेरा पूजा क्यों नहीं किया? Then I'll ask him, what is your nature? I am Brahma. अब मैं भी ब्रह्म हूँ. बताओ तुमने मेरा क्यों नहीं पूजा किया? मैं ही क्यों करूँ हमेशा? That भगवान runs away. या ये तो सच्ची है, लॉजिक है. तुम आत्मा ब्रह्म है, मैं भी ब्रह्म हूँ, तो हमेशा मैं ही तुम्हारा क्यों करूँ पूजा? तुम करो. I'm just humorously telling you, but the idea is the Advaita's glory. To that, these people never reach. So, Padartha Rupena Asti, Kshanikavada Rupena Nasti. Second point. Third one is what? Na asti iti apara vainashika. Asti na asti iti apara ardha vainashika. Sad asadvadi digvasaha. Digvasa means जो दिगंबर होते हैं जैन लोग. Their idea is asti na asti. Means what? Atma is there as long as the body is alive. They say once the body died, Atma also gone. Therefore, जब तक body है asti, body collapse हो गया नास्ति. It looks to be logical because कहाँ गया फिर? When the body died, if the Atma is there, it must be भटकते रहना चाहिए ना वहाँ. नहीं भटकता है, भटकते सब भागते हैं. See, when you think about it, appears to be logical there, appealing. But Vedanta goes beyond. Vedanta says, with its logic of Mandukya, if you can really follow it, no, even this Dehendriya is only Kalpana. The truth is such untouchable, infinite self. It has no explanation because it's not jati dravya guna kriyavan. You can't define it, but it is experienceable. So the Digvasaha, the Digambaras, the Jainas, the Astinastivadi, they say Atma hai bhi nahi bhi. Okay. Ki asti na asti iti aparaha ardhavainashika. They are called ardhavainashika. Sadasadvadi. Digvasaha. These are the three. Now the pura ek nihilist कहते हैं in English. They are called Shunyavadi of the Buddhism. So na asti iti atyanta Shunyavadi. That atyanta, because he goes into the padartha object and finally these divides it. When he goes to the finermost thing, it is not at all appearing or seen. Therefore it says hai nahi hai. Shunyavadi कहते हैं उसको. What Vedanta says there? How do you certify there is Shunya? I am there. So when you are there, how can you it says Shunya? Though you are there, then you, other than you, there is nothing. That is what Vedanta says. You alone objectify this world. Before the world, objectified world comes into the world, what is the intermediate stage? Nasti. Nasti means you are not knowing yourself. That is called avidya. What we say the avidya of the Atma, they say as Shunya. So the self is not comprehended, non-apprehension of the self. Tattvasya agrahanam. It is Shunya. In the Tattva Agrahana Sthiti, like in Nidra, Atma also is not recognized. Jagat also is manifested, not manifested. A Vilakshana Sthiti. They reached up to that. They reached up to dropping the Anyatha Grahanam. They reached up to Tattvasya Agrahanam. And what we say, Tattvasya Grahanam. What is Tattva Grahanam? Who is certifying that Shunyata? My own consciousness. Therefore, consciousness alone is there. Nothing other than consciousness is the talk of Advaita Vedanta. When you don't know this, you feel the emptiness, well, Shunyata. From that, the entire world is imagined. That's called Anyatha Grahanam. So they say snake is not there. And nothing else is there, they say. We say there is something which is rope. Rope alone is there. So, क्योंकि शून्य का भी अस्तित्व होना है ना, दिस व्हाट वेदांति सेज. डू यू से द शून्य है कि नहीं कहते हो? शून्य है. अगर है तो शून्य कैसा होगा? दिस इज हाउ वी लाफ एट द शून्यवादी. तुम शून्य बोलो, हाँ शून्य है कि नहीं? वी आस्क देम, है बाबा, दे ये हैव टू से. अब है तो आप शून्य कैसे कहते हो उसको? देन यू ओनली टेल दैट फेलो सेज, है, तुमने कहा शून्य, मैंने कहा शून्य है कि नहीं? यू रिप्लाइड हाँ शून्य है. मतलब क्या है के अलावा बाकी सब शून्य. दैट है इज एग्जिस्टेंस. So only existence is absolute truth, reality. Other than that, nothing is there. If at all it is there, it is imagination, it is projection, it is superimposition, it is all kalpana. Why it is done? That is Maya. That Maya, they don't agree. We say it's the power of Maya because of which all imagination projections. We say Maya is not definable, but we say Maya is transcendable. Because once the rope is seen as rope, there's no power which makes it appear as snake. That is gone. Maya चली जाती है. So सत्य अनुभव में माया नहीं रहेगी, माया का इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं होगा. सत्य का सत्य अनुभव नहीं हुआ, then Maya will act in putting the Satya as so many things. In making us imagine that Sadvastu as so much of this Sthula Sukshma Karana Jagat. That's the power of Maya. Agatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. So in the Parabrahma, where other than him there is nothing, Sthula Sukshma Karana Vyashti Samashti Jagara Swapna Surshma Vishwa Virat, ये सारे माया का ही खेल है. This we saw in our Adhyatma Ramayana. In the Rama Hrudayama, when Sita ji was telling Hanumanji about Rama Mahima. Adding to that, Sri Ramji also tells to Hanumanji and all assembled his own Swarupa. What a powerful, the first sarga of Balakanda of Adhyatma Ramayana is the ultimate truth. If one studies that, it is not less than any Upanishad. So, Astivadi Vaisheshikas, Nastivadi Kshanikavadi Buddhas, Asti Nastivadi Digvasa Jaina. Nasti Nasti is Shunyavadi. This way they made concepts and they are stuck up there. And those concepts give them happiness because any concept gives happiness at that level. Chori karo, a concept hai. When you do really successfully a chori, then you can be happy with that wealth. Any concept gives you happiness at that level. But that चोरी पकड़ा जाएगा या ऊपर भगवान देखेंगे उसे नरक में भेजेंगे या जेल में लगाएंगे, that all you may not think. You may be happy. Some people justify it also. जब तक पकड़ा गया तब तक खुश था ना मैं. That is param murkhata. Till I am caught, I am happy with my work of theft. That is he justifying it. Because it's illogical. The moment you are doing theft, if you are caught at that very moment, the possibility है कि नहीं वो. But he doesn't care that possibility. He justifies it. Mm. Anyway, these are all very simple logics or discussions. Very silly. We will not worry about them. Now, after saying these four, tatra asti bhavaha chalaha gatadi anitya vilakshanatva. तो अस्थि भाव चल है वहां. सेकंड लाइन इज सेइंग अस्ति नास्ति इति नास्ति नास्ति इति वा पुनः चल स्थिरो उभय अभाव ही आवृणोति एष बालिशः. सो देयर अमंग दिस फोर द फर्स्ट वन अस्ति भाव इज चल भाव. तत्र अस्ति भावः चलः घटादि अनित्य विलक्षणत्वात्. बिकॉज अस्ति यू कांट से, अरे चल भाव है, वो अस्ति जो वस्तु के रूप में कह रहे हैं. क्योंकि घट आदि अनित्य, क्योंकि एक पदार्थ है घट के रूप में, घट रूपी वस्तु अनित्य है, तो यू कांट कॉल इट एज अस्थि. देयरफॉर इट इज चल भाव. वी आर सेइंग चल भाव इज आवर वर्ड ऑफ अद्वैती टू द अस्तिवाद ऑफ द वैशेषिक. ही एज ए पदार्थ परमात्मा इज नॉट देयर, बिकॉज इफ इट इज लाइक ए पदार्थ देन घटा pot also is padartha, then pot gets broken and disappears. Therefore, the Atma also gets broken, disappears. Therefore, your Asti Bhava is Chala from our side. Second one is what? Nasti Bhava Stiraha Sada Avisheshatvatu. जो क्षणिकवादीन कहते हैं वो हम उसको स्थिरवाद से उसको निकालते हैं. व्हाट इज स्थिरवाद इन वेदांत? अविशेषत्व. But in the Kshanikavadina, this aham is getting Vishesha. He is becoming Sukhi and Dukhi depending on the objects that are experienced. What is the Kshanikavadin's vada? Every moment in the Buddhi, the aham is born because of any of the idam experienced. That's what he says. Otherwise, it is not there. That's how he is the Nastivada. Asti, but at the time of experience, Kshana Kshana Rupena. What we say, our bhava is sthira bhava, means according to us Atma is कोई विशेष ही नहीं है उनमें. When there is no vishesha in Atma, how you can give vishesha, oh my dear Kshanikavadin, that aham is going through experiences at every moment. When the experienced object is not there, it is not there. चल स्थिर भाव को हम स्थिर भाव के द्वारा नास्तिवाद का हम खंडन करते हैं. थर्ड वन इज व्हाट? नास्ति भाव स्थिर सदा विशेषत्वात् उभयम चल स्थिर विषयत्वात् सद सद्भावः. तो सद सद्भावः चल स्थिर, वो जो जैन लोग कहते हैं, फॉर अस व्हाट इज दैट? कि for us the self is at the time of samsara, in the self as a jiva there are modifications. But when jiva is found to be his own atma vastu, there Paramatma is aparinami. Changeless is the self for us. In this way, that when the body is there, he is there. When the body is not there, he is not there. That bhava the Jains we refute. Fourth one is what? अभावः अत्यंत अभावः. जो शून्यवाणी का जो अभावता है, हम उसको ऐसे रिजेक्ट करते हैं, एज आई एक्सप्लेन टू यू, कि देयर मस्ट बी समवन इवन टू सर्टिफाई द अत्यंत शून्य. इन अत्यंत शून्य का क्या है? इट इज सो अत्यंत शून्य द जगत दैट अदर देन परमात्मा, not even iota anything else is there in the world. This atyanta bhava of the nihilist Shunyavadins, we refute by saying, other than Atma, there is nothing born. The Atyantavada ka answer hai Ajatavada of the Vedanta. So, this is how, by these four wrong concepts of Chalastira, Ubhaya, and Abhava, these four people talk about the Atma as Asti, Nasti, Nasti, Asti, and Nasti, Nasti. All of them are concepts. With this, they are covering the Atma, which is beyond all of them, it is only experiential. Therefore, Karikakara talks about them as Avrunotiyeva Balishaha. बच्चे लोग हैं वो न प्रकार चतुष्टयस्य अपि तैहि एतैहि चल स्थिर उभय अभावैहि सद असत आदिवादीहि सर्वः अपि भगवन्तम् आवृणोति एव बालिशः अविवेकी. He is covering his own self with his own these four concepts, these four people. यद्यपि पंडितः बालिशः एव परमार्थ तत्व अवबोधात्. यद्यपि पंडितः, he may be pandita to a great extent, he studied, but in our opinion, he is balisha only. Why is it so? Paramartha tattva anabodhat, because he has not rightly understood nor experienced the self. Because if they experience self, they won't conceptualize it as asti nasti. It's a conclusion. Asti, Nasti, Asti, Nasti, Nasti, Nasti are their conclusions. Point one. Second is what? Such concluding people are four. Point third is what? All four are contradicting each other. So these are four are concepts. There are wrong conclusions. They contradict each other. This is understood when you experience the self. Therefore, self experience is beyond all of them. इन चारों को खड़े करो, एक दूसरे से लड़ेंगे. तो वेदांती है किसी से लड़ेगा नहीं, क्योंकि उनके अनुभव में जिस कॉन्सेप्ट्स के लिए लड़ रहे हैं वो है ही नहीं वहां. बिकॉज सेल्फ इज नॉट ए कॉन्सेप्ट, इट इज एन एक्सपीरियंस. बट व्हाट दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सेल्फ इज कॉन्सेप्ट ओनली विदाउट एक्सपीरियंसिंग. Therefore, they are Balisha. Why? Paramartha Tattva Anavabodhat. No, if these highly evolved people only because of not experiencing the self, they are called as Balisha, Murkaha. What about us? Kimu Swabhava Muda Janaha iti Abhipraya. We who are Muda with our own vasanas, desires, with Jiva Bhava, Deha Tadatmya, in the world having a peculiar identities and living such a samsara of Ragadvesha Kama Krodha, हमको तो परमात्मा तो कभी नहीं मिलेंगे. ये महा विचार करने वाले ही कॉन्सेप्ट्स बनाकर बैठ गए उसमें. They are sitting on concepts, and beyond the concept, the self is hidden because it's not a concept, it's a reality. It is an experience. And other than experience, nobody can say about it. And Vedanta is not saying about it. Vedanta only saying it is ajata. Means the self is not created or born as this world. So when you reject all that, what to experience is self. We don't say self as concept. We don't say self is defined in the Vedanta. We say Vedanta is guiding our attention to experience the self. This is how the 83rd mantra is very sublime. I tried my best to explain about this. Asti nasti asti nasti iti nasti nasti iti va punah chalastiro bhaya bhavai avrunoti yesha balisha. अरे वाह, मेरे को याद आ गया श्लोक. Now the 84th mantra. Then what to do to realize the self? He says, Kidruk punaha paramartha tattvam. Then what type is the paramartha tattva? Yad avabodhat. Having experienced which abalisha pandita bhavati. One transcends his childishness and becomes a pandita. So when you are saying all these four are bachche log, they are not pandita. Then who is the real pandita who becomes beyond abalisha, having experienced the self? What is that self? It's like iti aha. The answer is so simple. When you transcend these four concepts, using or only the Upanishadic mantra, when you contemplate and reach the self, then you are in true sense Pandita, you are no more a Balisha. Because there you are experiencing it, there is no concept. So here in this shloka, through this shloka, the Karikakara and Bhashakara are confining us to the study of Upanishad only to reach the self. Contemplation and the Upanishad Vedya Vastu. Therefore, Kevala Upanishad Vedya only Brahma Anubhava, Atma Anubhava. Otherwise, you make some concepts like these people. And those concepts will help you somewhere or the other, then you are satisfied with that. We are not satisfied with them. We know they're all coming and going things, they are all uncertain, unreal. वो तो बच्चे लोगों के वहाँ है. Like anybody, just this example came, मैं उसको बोल रहा हूँ, बुरा मत मानना. A pujari in the temple is there and he is getting salary, is getting dakshina, and he is daily chanting the mantra of the Lord, and he is giving that bhasma, kumkum, etc. to the people. He is happy with that. For him, God means this, to whom I have to do the upasana and puja. And people also, because unke naam pe sankalp hai, they also have faith. Perhaps that may be resulting to that also. I am getting definitely monthly salary from the endowments and also the. Are bhai, he is only limited there and he is getting benefit out of Pandit ji, Pujari ji, Namaskar, everybody Namaskar also they do to him. उनको वो भी मिल रहा है. So he is getting salary, he is getting dakshina, he is getting all things offered to the God, he is getting respect and all. This is what they conceptualize. But actually it's not so. A pujari's purpose should be, he should realize the God and guide others to realize the God as a self. But he doesn't do it because उसकी जरूरत ही नहीं लगता उनको, क्योंकि जो कर रहे हैं उसमें सब मिल रहा है उनको जो चाहिए. I'm just giving that example. So to every one of us. I am saying कि I am doing my job, I am getting money, I am spending it, I am getting object, I am enjoying it. Wife, children, all of them are convenient. अभी मेरे को क्या करना है? These are all concepts only. They are giving you happiness, so they are caught up. So therefore, those who are happy in their own concepts can never become spiritual inquirers. Only those who know that what I am living is only conceptual, there is some reality beyond behind this, only they can become fit for inquiry. उनके लिए उपनिषद है, बाहर का अंदर का ध्यान है. वही लोग फिर रियल ट्रुथ को टच करेंगे, नॉट अदर्स. ओके, इतना काफी. आ जाओ. कोट्यश्चतस्रेताः तु ग्रहैर्यासां सदा आवृतः भगवान् आविरस्पृष्टः येन दृष्टस्य सर्वदृक् प्राप्य सर्वज्ञतां कृत्स्नां ब्राह्मण्यं पदमद्वयम् अनापन्नादिमध्यान्तं किमतः परमीयते. विप्राणां विनो ह्येषः शवप्राकृतौ उच्यते दमप्रकृतिदान्तत्वात् एवं विद्वान् शवं व्रजेत्. सवस्तु सोपलम्बं च द्वयं लौकिकमिष्यते अवस्तु सोपलम्बं च शुद्धं लौकिकमिष्यते अवस्थनुपलम्बं च लोकोत्तरमिति स्मृतं. ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं च विज्ञेयं सदा बुद्धैः प्रकीर्तितं. ज्ञाने च त्रिविधे ज्ञेये क्रमेण विदिते स्वयं सर्वज्ञता हि सर्वत्र भवति ह महादयः. ये ज्ञेयाप्यपाख्यानि विज्ञेयान्यग्रयाणतः तेषामन्यत्र विज्ञेयात् उपलम्बस्त्रिषु स्मृतः. प्रकृत्याकाशो ज्ञेयाः सर्वे धर्मानादयः विद्यते न हि नानात्वं तेषां क्वचन किञ्चन. आदिबुद्धा प्रकृते वा सर्वे धर्मा सुनिश्चिता यस्य भवति क्षान्ति सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. Thank you. Just 10 minutes. Study Vidura Niti.